was one of those days where I was not able to get dressed, do my hair. I don't even know if I brushed my teeth. The house was a disarray because I was doing unexpected laundry, and the doorbell rings. And I'm opening it up, trying not to let anybody in, and it was 2 policemen who were standing at the door. My 4-year-old daughter comes running in, and she was very excited because she didn't know when he called 911 what would happen, and then now she learned that the policemen do come.
She broke away from me and ran across the parking lot. At the same moment, another mom was backing up her giant SUV and got really close to my 3-year-old. The woman who was driving the giant SUV felt it necessary to pull up next to my van and roll down her window and proceeded to yell at me for not controlling my child.
Like, this probably happened when he was maybe 3, and I remember it was years later I asked him, was there a moment that I really blew it? And he said when we went to Barnes & Noble and he spilled his hot cocoa, and I guess I told him he'll never have hot cocoa again. And he remembered that, and I don't even remember saying it, but...
In my rush of doing that, I forgot one day to go and tell my oldest daughter goodbye at school. After that, I would take my other kids to their classrooms, and she would say, "Are you really coming down? Are you going to come down? Remember that one time you forgot? Are you really coming down?"
And I could hear my Ellery and my Jude talking amongst themselves and asking each other if I'd had my Diet Coke for the day because I was being mean, and they knew that that would help with the meanness.
I didn't feel like I had anything to give to my kids, and I didn't really enjoy them because nothing in my life was enjoyable. All I wanted to do was sleep, and then I would feel guilty for not wanting to be around them because why wouldn't I want to be around my kids? I love my kids.
1,000 times a day you're like, I've got nothing left to give. I've got nothing else I've got to offer anybody. If anybody touches me, if anybody needs anything from me, I might explode. But then you do it 15 more times.
Then I look at my husband and I think, your life hasn't changed at all. You know, you still go to work for your 8-9 hours a day and you come home. You now not only have your kids, but you kind of have your husband be like, can you do this for me? Can you do this for the kids? You know, I need help with this. And I just want him to see those things and just do them.
You go to work, you get up, you get dressed, and the kids have no time to think, they have no time to play, they eat their breakfast, you get them to daycare, you go to work, you work all day long, you come home, you eat supper, you get ready for bed, you go to bed, and you start all over again. And does anybody smile during that process?
So I took some summer classes and I had so many credits, and most of the time she would come and she wants us to talk, she wants us to play, and I ended up calling her by my book, and I'm like, hey, fundamentals. I'm like, oh, okay. She's like, Mom, did you just call me by your book name? Is it that bad? I'm like, oh, all right. I'm sorry.
When the kids are in bed and it's time to sit down and relax and spend some quality time with my husband, what do I see? I see this, I see that, I see all of the messes. So-and-so can really keep themselves together and always have their house just so, and they're doing all the creative things with their kids too.
I have a hard time letting go and having a mess. I feel like if my routine is out of control, then their routine is going to be out of control, and then the world just becomes out of control.